and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Make sure to subscribe to become a loyal fairy, and also make sure to like today's video. Also stay tuned till the end of today's video to find out how you can be featured in one of my videos. So we are officially back with some Lana lore after that quest. There is so many new things I actually want to talk to you guys about. So I'm here in Lana's official group, and she is back. Now, as you guys know, she hasn't been too active in her group or anything, but it seems like she's officially back. The group profile picture actually changed to be her and her parents, which is honestly kind of sad. And this is the photo that the profile is. I tried to look to see if there's like any secrets, but it just seems like a normal picture of her and her parents, which is honestly quite sad. However, here is the new description for the group. So it says, "Dear Patreons, while we forever acknowledge the horrors of the past that have targeted us all, we must move forward with a newfound mindset of growth and resilience that redefines us as people, and I, Lana, shall forever cherish you all." So she did also make an announcement as well on yesterday for when I'm recording this. So she did say, "Greetings, Patreons. Hello, it's been a long time since I talked to you all. As much as I have lots to update you with, and I'm sure you do as well, I want to take things slow and steady as to not rush things. Question of the day, what is your favorite bird and flower?" Now, if you guys remember from the quest, which don't worry, I will be going more into all of this later on. However, there was actually a flower and an owl in chapter 2 of the Find the Match minigame. And that flower, and I could be wrong, I believe is a lily flower, which a lily flower actually symbolizes purity, innocence, beauty, peace, calm, a bunch of stuff. It also represents and symbolizes love as well, and as we know, this was a Valentine's quest, so I could be onto something or I could be far off. I'm not 100% sure. And then the owl, we do remember an owl from the end of chapter 3 for the winter quest, and also it was in that secret cutscene for the last quest as well. Okay, so we are now in the quest. Now, obviously, this is where all of the lore happens. So, if we go over here to chapter 1 and we go over here, there is actually a note right over here, and it's in Morse code. However, when you do decode it, it actually means when two worlds collide, the truth is finally revealed. And as you guys know, or you're about to see, these two quests are very different. The chapter 1 is more so like a Valentine's, more light kind of feeling, and then chapter 2 is very dark and red, and it's very two different worlds, like that note said. So let's go ahead and go into chapter 1, and let's talk about all of the lore related things in chapter 1.
What a peculiarly tragic pair. Well, this surely will be an interesting challenge.
Now, if you didn't really get what that cutscene was about, it basically was just showing Lana, and it basically confirms Lana and Julie, and that she does truly love Julie, because you see her kind of sad looking at a picture of them while everybody is finding their Valentine, and then it zooms out to a character that we don't know yet. However, we need to keep going through the quest to find out who it is.
There you are! I've been expecting your arrival. Quickly now, we don't have much time. Humans, you're all quite a bright bunch, aren't you? I need no introduction. It's obvious with the Cloud Haven, bow and arrow, and my dashingly charming smile who I am. Cupid, god of love? Duh! You're late, by the way. Great love stories don't create themselves. Chop chop! Training started hours ago. I am never mistaken. My fluttering friend led you to my heavenly quarters for the purpose of helping me with a familiar too. And since you're here with no way back down to the ground, you must help me! Follow me! My assistant will aid you!
Okay guys, so let's talk about that interaction since it does seem kind of normal besides the fact that we're magically up in the clouds. I don't know that far ahead in the lore. However, if you guys didn't know, butterfly means Agamemnon. So basically, a butterfly represents him. And if you want to learn more about that, I'd recommend to go check out my other sneak peek videos because it's a little bit complicated to explain. So here's why it's important to kind of put the two together for Butterfly and Agamemnon, because we followed a butterfly up here. However, he did say that he sent the butterfly to come get us and lead us here. So could that mean that Cupid isn't really who he says he is, and actually he is working with Agamemnon? Because as you guys know, we do get to go talk to his assistant in just a second, and then she sends us to the fortress. So since he doesn't really look possessed, I think that they might actually be working together, because why would we do training and then all of a sudden go to the fortress? It doesn't really make sense since it seems like we're supposed to be helping Lana with her tragic love story, but then we get sent to the fortress. So it doesn't really make too much sense for him to do that if he had pure and good intentions. I think he's actually working with Agamemnon. So let's continue and go this way. So there is actually a note here as well. It is right behind this bookshelf. It's really hard to see, however, it does say, an echo of her distant past comes back to haunt her. And I feel like this is actually representing Julie. I think that her past is actually Julie because we just saw her looking at the frame, looking at Julie. She clearly misses her. So I think that's what's kind of haunting her, the fact that she doesn't have Julie anymore. So let's continue on. Now, as you guys know, there's actually a secret part of this quest, which I'm going to get to later on. However, I did make a video and it unlocks this door right here. However, it's not too important lore-wise unless you do the cutscene, but I've already unlocked it, so we'll just do that later.
Hello, my name is Leah Ashe. Today, I'll be assisting you in your introductory Cupid training lessons. Since we're running low on potions, you'll first start with brewing love potions. Afterwards, we'll move on to archery target practice. Oh, silly me. Cupid must have not explained. Every Valentine's Day, we're tasked with resolving an epically tragic love story. This year, the particular pair we're dealing with are very grueling. We need your help because only you can face the horrors that come with this feat. You have a much stronger connection to this case than we do.
So So she did say the reason why we're doing this training is because we have a strong connection to this case. Because, I mean, we have done previous quests and we do know Lana kind of personally since she is all of our nail techs. However, that doesn't really explain why they take us to the fortress and why a butterfly specifically led us here. So let's continue on.
Successfully completed your training. Now you'll hopefully be ready for what comes next. Outside our safe gardens is the portal to the fortress. Ugh. It's a truly horrific realm that harbors evil which should never see the light of day. In our case, it's being used as a prison for an innocent woman's soul. It can only be opened from hitting the portal's target. Safe travels, my friend.
Now, as you can see, there is a lot of butterflies. However, there is some blue butterflies in this area as well. And I think since the portal to the fortress is right over there, I think it's kind of slipping out a little bit, and the blue butterflies could represent Agamemnon because, as you know, there is blue butterflies in that match game. So there is actually another little note here as well. We just need to go ahead and find it. I believe it is actually over here, and there is a note that you can decode before you get into the portal. So here it is. So it reads, reality cracks, slipping her back into the realm of her beginning. Which could make a lot of sense, since it could mean that it's slowly cracking out of that little portal over there, and the fortress realm is kind of getting out of just that realm, since there is some blue butterflies which could represent Agamemnon. And we're just going here and we're going to help a woman who is trapped there. And as we do know later from the secret cutscene, that woman ends up being Nelly, since she does end up getting freed, kind of. So we will talk about that a little bit more. However, I do think that Cupid is working with Agamemnon, but let me know what you guys think.
In order to find what you seek, you must explore the four corners of this world and its highest peaks.
Now, how would Agamemnon know that we are seeking for someone, and how would he even know that we got sent here unless Cupid was working with him? Now, there is a note that I do want to go ahead and talk about, and it's actually over here. Now, let's go ahead and head to that note, and then we'll talk about all of the lore in each of these islands, since they're all very important for the lore. So behind this little fire thing, there's actually a note, and it says, "An eye for an eye was a deal struck to offer the gift of forgetting the falsehood of her existence." We do know that in previous lore from a while back, Lana actually lost an eye, and that's why her Roblox character has an eye patch, because she actually lost an eye, and it was a deal that she made with Agamemnon. So I think that's what it actually means. However, let's head to the other islands. So in this island over here, I think it has the most lore related stuff in my opinion. So here it is. This reminds me the most of the Fortress game, because there is a table right here. So there is Agamemnon written at the head of the table, and then there's just a bunch of apples scattered everywhere. And as you guys know, apples actually do mean something in the lore as well. And then there is an arrow here. Now there is actually some letters scattered throughout this area. As you can tell, this one says N, then over here this one says L, and then over here this one means L as well. Now there is two different theories that I have for this. The N could mean Nurse Julie, and then the two other L's could mean Lena and Lana. Or it could be spelling out Nelly. However, there is no Y to kind of finish this off. And then there is no S to finish off Serena, because if you haven't seen the quest yet, she does kind of appear in this. So I'm not exactly sure what this could mean, but those were my two theories that I had. Now, going over here to the chest, this is actually important because all of the mini games actually mean something. So if I click interact, it's going to tell me to find a match. So I actually want to talk about all of the stuff here. So there is a well, and if you guys remember, there was actually a well in the first ever chapter in the Halloween quest, and that's exactly where you spawned actually. So that is kind of significant to the lore. Then there is a moon, it looks like, and maybe the moon just simply represents this realm because it looks like more of a red moon, and as you can tell, this area is clearly very red. And then there is Lana's diary. As you guys know, that's kind of how we know how she's feeling and what she's doing and how she's gone through things. Then there is that flower that I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video. Of course, the blue butterfly, which we just saw in Cupid's safe area, supposedly. And then a nail filer, which, as we know, Lana carries that all the time with her. And then an owl, which is kind of relating to the bird that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. An apple, as you know, there's a lot of apples scattered here as well. And that's all of the lore related stuff. Every single thing that you're matching is very important for the lore.
To whom it harbors.
So when you do open up that first chest, he does kind of jump scare you, and he kind of gives you a message, and it almost seems like a warning. Now here is the important part. Every single chest that you open, it actually opens a heart, and it's kind of like we're freeing all of these people's hearts in a way, because if you go over here, their heart actually goes directly to where their heart is at the statue, and then a new statue gets lifted up, and as you can tell, this is actually Lena. So that is very interesting. It seems like we're kind of opening up people's hearts and kind of saving them in a way. So here is the next island. This kind of reminds me of the Greek mythology cutscene map that we had earlier. As you can tell, there is somebody here with a bow, and we just witnessed a bow as well. And then, of course, there's some more characters as well. So this is very similar to the Greek mythology map that we recently just played. So there is actually a couple of paintings that are scattered throughout this island right here, and I'm going to talk to you guys about every single one because they're all important to Greek mythology, starting with this one right here. So here is what the actual painting looks like, and this is what it means. One of the last of David's history paintings, it shows the moment in Greek mythology when Agamemnon reveals that he has not actually brought his daughter to him as a bride, but rather intends to sacrifice her in order to appease the goddess Artemis. So here is the other painting, and then here is what the painting looks like actually on screen. And this is just another painting of his daughter being sacrificed once again. And as you guys know, there has been a lot of theories that Lana may actually represent Agamemnon's daughter in like Greek mythology, or maybe in another life that's who she was. I'm not too sure. The Greek mythology stuff kind of confuses me a little bit, but it's really interesting to see these paintings actually be real Greek mythology paintings, of course. Now here is the last painting. So for this last painting, I unfortunately couldn't find it online. I've spent the last 20 minutes just looking on the internet for what this painting could possibly mean, and I couldn't really find anything, but I'm gonna assume that it's another painting of his daughter being sacrificed once again, since that's kind of what all of these paintings symbolize and mean. So let's go ahead and open the other chest. Now for this chest, it tells you to find the butterfly. Now, as we know, Agamemnon means butterfly. So he once again just sent us another message, and I'm actually gonna follow the heart so you guys can see what happened. So when you follow the heart fully, it goes straight to the statue's heart. As you can tell, look at it go straight to the statue. And then, as you can tell, Nurse Julie actually rised up. So maybe she's kind of connected to the Greek mythology as well, and we don't know it. Maybe we were thinking too much about Lana's connection to it and not so much Nurse Julie's, since she did rise when we found the chest over there, and then Lena's rise when we found stuff from over there. So clearly they all have to have a connection with these islands. For this third island, it honestly really reminds me of the area that we were at in chapter 1, because we're in a forest type of thing, and then also the well is here, exactly like the well from chapter 1 from the Halloween quest.
I must warn you, my realm doesn't appreciate intruders.
And then once again, the heart kind of leaves and goes back to a statue, except this one is actually Lana. And it would make a lot of sense, since that does remind me of kind of like her childhood location. And then the heart goes straight to Lana's heart. So maybe in some kind of way, we're saving them through these quests. I really want to know your guys' theories on this, but let's go and do the fourth and final chest. If this feels like it's kind of familiar, this is actually supposed to represent the hospital from chapter 2 of the Halloween quest. You can see clearly that it's supposed to be that because of the decor that's in here. So maybe this is kind of like how Lana views that area, I guess, because I think all of these islands all do, of course, connect to Lana. However, I think that it all connects to all of the characters that it brings up the statues. So I think that this is how either Serena or Lana views it, as kind of like a maze and kind of difficult to get out of.
I'm back. Did you miss me? Because I sure missed you.
So, as you can tell, Nurse Julie and Lena's souls are finally free, but the difference is we freed Nurse Julie's, I guess, pure soul, and then Lena, hers was red, which basically indicated bad things. Now, it seems like Lena might be getting revenge on Lana because the secret cutscene, she saves Nelly. Now, we do know Nelly might want to team up with Lena to get revenge on Lana. So let's check out this cutscene. And that's clearly Lena because she has gloves on at the ending, and she has gloves when she reaches out to get Nelly. So clearly, I think that they're going to team together to kind of get revenge on Lana. Let me know what you guys think about all of the Lana lore that I talked about and all of my thoughts on the Lana lore in today's video. Just another reminder to subscribe if you haven't already to become a loyal fairy and to help me reach my subscriber goal. Like today's video to let me know that you liked it and would like more content from me. And also comment down below your thoughts on today's video. I love to read through your comments, so make sure to leave a comment for me to read. Now before I show you guys who got featured in today's video, make sure to go check out all of my other socials, which is linked in the description down below. I do have some other YouTube channels and I'm planning on posting on them more often, so make sure to go check them out and send them some love. I also do have some other social medias that you should definitely go check out and send some love to as well, since I'm on pretty much every other social media platform, so make sure to go check them out. Now I can officially show you guys who got featured in today's video. Here is today's fan art. Alongside this amazing fan art, I also have somebody wearing the merch from my ROBLOX group, which is linked in the description down below as well. If you're wondering how you can be featured in one of my videos, just like the fan art and merch picture that I just showed you guys, all you have to do is join my Discord server, which is linked in the description down below, posted in the merch picture or in the fan art channel. If you don't have Discord, don't worry, you can also post it on your YouTube community tab. Make sure to tag me, post it on Twitter, and make sure to tag me. Or lastly, you can send me an email at this email right here, and I will make sure to include your fan art or merch picture in one of my future videos. And if you stayed until the end of the video, make sure to post this hashtag in the comments down below, and I will try to heart as many comments as I can if you commented this.